Dorothy Wordsworth's Journal, written at Alfoxden, England, 1798. Alfoxden, January 20th, 1798. The green paths down the hillsides are channels for streams. The young wheat is streaked by silver lines of water running between the ridges. The sheep are gathered together on the slopes. After the wet, dark days, the country seems more populous. It peoples itself in the sunbeams. The garden, mimic of spring, is gay with flowers. The purple-starred hepatica seeds itself in the sun. Hepatica is a type of flower, as are snowdrops. And the clustering snowdrops put forth their white heads, at first upright, ribbed with green, and like a rosebud when completely opened, hanging their heads downwards, but slowly lengthening their slender stems. The slanting woods of an unvarying brown, showing the light through the thin network of their upper boughs. Upon the highest ridge of that round hill covered with planted oaks, the shafts of the trees show in the light, like the columns of a ruin. Walked on the hilltops, 21st, Walked on the hilltops, a warm day. Sat under the firs in the park. The tops of the beeches, she's now going to talk about types of trees. The tops of the beeches of a brown, red, or crimson. Those oaks fanned by the sea breeze, thick with feathery sea green moss, as a grove, not stripped of its leaves. Moss cups more proper than acorns for fairy goblets. 22nd. Walked through the wood to Holford, the ivy twisting round the oaks like bristled serpents. The day cold, a warm shelter in the hollies capriciously bearing berries. Query, are the male and female flowers on separate trees? 23rd. Bright sunshine. Went out at 3 o'clock. The sea, perfectly calm blue, streaked with deeper color by the clouds, and tongues or points of sand, on our return of a gloomy red. The sun had gone down. The crescent moon, Jupiter and Venus. The sound of the sea distinctly heard on the tops of the hills, which we could never hear in summer. We attribute this partly to the bareness of the trees. Bareness means there's no leaves on them. But chiefly to the absence of the singing of birds, the hum of insects, that noiseless noise which lives in the summer air. The villages marked out by beautiful beds of smoke, the turf fading into the mountain road, the scarlet flowers of the moss. 24th. Walked between 3:30 and 5:30. The evening cold and clear. The sea of a sober gray, streaked by the deeper gray clouds. The half-dead sound of the near sheep bell in the hollow of the sleeping coombe exquisitely soothing. 25th. Went to pools after tea. The sky spread over with one continuous cloud, whitened by the light of the moon, which, though her dim shape was seen, did not throw forth so strong a light as to checker the earth with shadows. At once the clouds seemed to cleave asunder, that means open up, and left her in the center of a black-blue vault. She sailed along, followed by multitudes of stars, small and bright and sharp. Their brightness seems concentrated. Half moon. 26th. Walked upon the hilltops, followed the sheep tracks till we overlooked the larger coombe. Sat in the sunshine. The distant sheep bells, the sound of the stream, the woodman winding along the half-marked road with his laden pony, locks of wool still spangled with the dewdrops. The blue-gray sea shaded with immense masses of cloud, not streaked, the sheep glittering in the sunshine, returned through the wood, the trees skirting the wood, being exposed more directly to the action of the sea breeze, stripped of the network of their upper boughs, which are stiff and erect like black skeletons, the ground strewed with the red berries of the holly, set forward before 2 o'clock, returned a little after 4. 27th. Walked from 7 o'clock till 8:30. Upon the whole, an uninteresting evening. Only once, while we were in the wood, the moon burst through the invisible veil which enveloped her. The shadows of the oaks blackened, and their lines became more strongly marked. The withered leaves were colored with a deeper yellow, a brighter gloss spotted the hollies. Again her form became dimmer. The sky flat, unmarked by distances, a white thin cloud. The manufacturer's dog makes a strange uncouth howl, which it continues many minutes after there is no noise near but that of the brook. It howls at the murmur of the village stream. 28. Walked only to the mill. 29. A very stormy day. William walked to the top of the hill to see the sea. William is her husband, William Wordsworth. Nothing distinguishable but a heavy blackness, an immense bough riven from one of the fir trees. 30th. William called me into the garden to observe a singular appearance about the moon. A perfect rainbow. Within the bow, one star, only of colors more vivid. The semicircle soon became a complete circle, and in the course of 3 or 4 minutes, the whole faded away. Walked to the blacksmith's and the baker's, an uninteresting evening. 31st. Set forward to Stowey at 5:30. A violent storm in the wood, sheltered under the hollies. When we left home, the moon immensely large, the sky scattered over with clouds. These soon closed in, contracting the dimensions of the moon without concealing her. The sound of the pattering shower and the gusts of wind, very grand. Left the wood when nothing remained of the storm but the driving wind and a few scattering drops of rain. Presently all clear, Venus first showing herself between the struggling clouds. Afterwards Jupiter appeared. The hawthorn hedges, black and pointed, glittering with millions of diamond drops, the hollies shining with broader patches of light. The road to the village of Hulford glittered like another stream. On our return, the wind high, a violent storm of hail and rain at the Castle of Comfort. All the heavens seemed in one perpetual motion when the rain ceased, the moon appearing, now half veiled, and now retired behind heavy clouds, the stars still moving, the roads very dirty.